In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Jarvisen Translator 2. Big shout outs to Jarvisen for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, let's get this out of the box and see what all we're working with. Right up top here, we have our manual and user guide, as well as a SIM card remover tool. Next up, we have the Jarvisen Translator 2. It looks like they've actually included a clear case, so that's definitely going to help to keep from scratching the device. It may provide a slight bit of impact resistance. This is made out of hard plastic, so it should have a little bit of drop resistance to begin with. And then we have a USB-A to USB-C cable. While this powers up, let's go ahead and take a little bit closer of a look at this. So on the side here, we've got our power button, as well as a volume up and down rocker there. On the top, you'll notice that you've got 4 microphones all around. So you've got a microphone on the right side, a microphone on the left side, and then 2 microphones up top. You've also got a loudspeaker there up top as well. On the back here, you have a high quality camera. You're actually going to be able to translate text with the camera. So I think that is pretty cool. On the bottom, you've got your charge port, as well as a little place to put a strap so that you can easily carry this with around your wrist, or if you wanted to connect this to a lanyard, you have the ability to do that, to carry that around with you. This does come with 2 years of global data, so it's actually activating that right now. The moment you turn it on, it activates that free global network card. You'll be able to use the included internet connection on this in up to 100 countries and regions globally, which is definitely a great benefit. There are a few reasons why you should consider a dedicated translator device as opposed to just a simple translation application on your phone. The first of those being is that when you are in a foreign country, your cell phone is basically your lifeline. You don't know about the place that you're in, you don't know where you're going. You may need your phone to find directions to your hotel and to bring up those reservations once you get there. So using a translator app on your phone can drain precious battery that you need to get to the places that you're going. Having that dedicated translator device means that you'll be able to communicate with people even if your phone goes dead. The Jarvisen Translator 2 comes with a 2000 milliamp hour battery and can provide you with 6 hours of continuous translation. The Jarvisen Translator 2 takes less than half a second to make its translation, so you get basically instant response times, empowered by iFlytek's smart AI translation engine. This is super fast thanks to an 8-core processor on board. This also has super fast 3G and 4G internet connections powered by a global content delivery network, so you won't have to worry about running and grabbing a regional SIM card when you land in a new country, because the Jarvisen Translator 2 has the free global internet connection for translating. This features a 4-mic far-field microphone array with noise reduction technology built in. That, paired with the contextual smart translation engine, means that you're going to get very accurate translations most of the time. This is up to 96% accurate. This even has polysemy recognition and translation capabilities. When I was in Costa Rica, I referred to the fruit and orange as a naranja, and the locals told me that I was using the wrong word. I should have been using mandarina. Now, I've asked other people that speak Spanish, they say naranja is the way to say an orange. This is where the polysemy and the different versions of a specific language that you can choose within the translator device would really come in handy. For me, the Jarvisen Translator 2 is just less cumbersome and more natural than most translation apps out there. For one, you've got 2 separate record buttons. With most translation apps, you're gonna have a little arrow that points both ways. You normally have to click on that first between phrases. So I say something, it translated, then I have to remember to click the arrow button, then I can hand the phone over, and then that person can say what they're gonna say. It translates. Super cumbersome, super annoying when you forget to press the little arrows. Here you have 2 separate record buttons, so it just makes it super easy. I'm red, you're blue. Very easy to remember and communicate with. The most natural way to translate on this is with the gesture. So I can hold this 10 centimeters from my face, speak in my language. When I pull it away from my face, it automatically translates what I just said and gives them the opportunity to speak in their language. When I lift it back up, it then repeats what they said in my language. So super natural, super easy demonstration of how the gestures would work from someone who doesn't speak very good Spanish. What would you like for dinner?
¿Qué te gustaría para cenar?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I want Taco Bell.
This definitely helps with the conversation flow. With some of those translation apps, they're cumbersome enough to really kind of impede on the flow of conversation. You don't get that with the Jarvisen Translator 2. Another thing that I really love about this is that it can translate written text or billboards or signs. It does have an included camera, and all you have to do is point at a word and click the camera button. It instantly translates and gives you both versions, the original version and the translated version, in up to 50 different languages. This is definitely going to be helpful if you're in a foreign place, you don't know how to read the language. Sometimes maybe you know how to speak the language, and you can even pick up phrases and words that other people are saying to you, but you can't read the language. While I know a few words and phrases in Mandarin, I can't for the life of me read any Mandarin symbols. So this would definitely come in handy for me if I needed to read a sign or billboard. The Jarvisen Translator 2 gives you plenty of coverage. You're going to get up to 108 languages covering up to 200 countries. Once again, I think it's incredible that they're giving you 2 free years of global data that is accessible in over 70 countries. If you're not able to connect to that global network in the region that you happen to be in, you do have access to 18 offline languages. This also includes support for 5 network types. You can connect to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, hotspot, eSIM, and SIM card. So you're definitely covered when it comes to connectivity. While it's true that you could possibly get by on a translator app, I think the better option is definitely a dedicated translator like the Jarvisen Translator 2. This way, you're not eating up the battery on your phone. You're guaranteed to have a connection in up to 70 countries with the global network that's included for free on the Jarvisen Translator 2. And the Jarvisen Translator 2 is just a much more natural way to converse with somebody that speaks a different language. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description of where you can find out more information on the iFlyTech Jarvisen Translator 2 and where you can pick one up for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.